Ahoy! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another meeting of the Pirate National Committee. It is November 30th, 2025, the last day of November, and we are approaching the last day, or the last month rather, of 2025 very quickly. Where has the year gone? Folks, I am your Captain Jolly Mitch of the Chicagoland Nye, the Illinois Pirate Party, and as always, a friend of the show. Now I will go on and do IDs with the order of the people I see, and the first person I see would be Blaze.
Hello, Blaze Henry, Arizona Captain and United States Pirate Party Scribe.
Thank you kindly. Darren.
Darren McKeeman, California Pirate Party and United States Pirate Party Treasurer.
Most excellent. Thank you. Drew.
Drew Bingaman, Pennsylvania Pirates.
Thank you. David.
And I'm the representative for Florida, one of them.
Thank you, David. Zach.
Zach Fosdick, Illinois Pirate Party.
Represent. Eli.
Eli McGee, Massachusetts Representative.
Thank you. Morgan.
Morgan Landry, Texas Pirate Party, U.S. Pirate Party Webadmin.
Fantastic. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, James.
Hey, it's James from the North Carolina Pirate Party.
Incredible. Thank you. And I do believe we should have some more coming in tonight. We did just get word that Indiana will not be able to make it. That's no problem. We have quorum without them. So I'll welcome everybody. Before we get started, I guess the only thing I really have to update would be the conference, because that's really the only thing I've had my hands full with. The third round will be out tomorrow morning. I was going to say 9 o'clock is when we normally would announce it, but I have a dentist appointment tomorrow, so I'll get it out just ever so slightly earlier. Not that I don't think anyone's going to be too pressed about it. I don't know how close to the bone people are following this. I'm glad. It seems the participation has been up the more we post about it. So I am happy to see the participation involvement, be lively. We'll be down to 4 starting tomorrow. And I don't want to give any hints as to what's going on, but the results are almost as expected. And real quick, Wanda, since you came in, how about you could you give your ID, please?
Hello, Wanda Ward, U.S. Pirate Party Lookout, Florida Pirate Party Rep.
And thank you. But otherwise, Wanda, I was just saying how the conference, we're going to have 4 options starting tomorrow. We're eliminating 4 of the picks. So otherwise, I don't know if the tournament is actually popular, and some people have already voiced their maybe displeasure at it being a single knockout elimination. You live and you learn. So for maybe future conferences, maybe we'll do something different. Maybe we'll do our RCV or something. Maybe we could do something a little more interactive for the theme. I'm sure this isn't just, this isn't a one-time deal. We're going to be as interactive when it comes to decision making as humanly possible moving forward. So, and for what it's worth, we're going to keep every city that made it to the finals moving forward as consideration for cities. So people don't have to keep recommending them every year. They're automatically going to be recommended until they're used. At least as long as I'm a part of conference committee, which I am a part of the conference committee, we will make sure that happens. Otherwise, that's really all I have for the captain. Is there any state party news we want to hear? Anything from our candidates or anything from our state chapters in general? Darren, go ahead.
Yeah, we actually have had a new person get into the Nancy Pelosi race, and because of that, I have decided not to do anything with that. I'm going to focus on my local district here and recalling our supervisor, which ought to be a fun fight. But Connie Chan is our progressive supervisor here in San Francisco, and she's throwing her hat in the ring for Pelosi's seat. So, and I actually agree with a lot of what she says. So, I'm just gonna sit this one out. You're
Well, right
muted.
on. Thank you, Darren. And you know what? We appreciate the consideration for the seat. But if you're doing local work and you think your energy could be spent better elsewhere, support you 100% of the way. So thank you, Darren.
I'm in a pick my battles mode.
It's a smart man. Smart man. Thank you, Darren. Drew, go ahead.
Well, I have just a few minor updates on my campaign for state rep here in central Pennsylvania. I am meeting with one of the district covers 2 counties here in central Pennsylvania. I am going to be meeting with one of the Democratic commissioners tomorrow at lunchtime. So we're going to see maybe doing some meet and greets, things, see what else he can help with. If he can hook us up with other people that could maybe send us some money, that sort of stuff. So that's happening tomorrow. We did have a little bit of a snafu with our campaign registration paperwork. So the state rejected that the first thing, and we fixed everything, and it's sent back, and now we're waiting for the response on that, and then we'll be completely. Then we can set up a bank account. That's the thing. So, so as soon as that's done, then we'll be setting up a bank account, which I'm hoping can be later on this week. And then we can get to fundraising and really getting out there to meet and greets. So that's pretty much the update on my end.
Exciting news. Thank you, Drew. Good luck tomorrow at your lunch meeting. And then, looking forward to updates to come as the updates come and as we move forward, as we can support you, we 100% will. So thank you, Drew. Blaze, go ahead.
Well, I have a few updates, mostly actually just 2. The first one is that I met with Olive. I don't know if anybody remember Olive from the Arizona Information Freedom Committee that is focused on repealing the age, putting in a petition to repeal the age verification law in Arizona. We met in person on Friday, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was Friday. And we talked about ways we could help each other and see what we can do. We exchanged petition signatures on the help one another with our petition signatures, and it was a well and good meeting. The second outreach is that I made contact with one of the candidates for Arizona governor. She's under Arizona. She's under the No Labels Party, which is I didn't know that until afterwards. But anyway, her name's Terry A. Hurian. And we talked a little bit, see what her campaign was about, and that was nice. And see, just to reach out and everything. We potentially talked about what's potential of endorsement, but we're not in that wheelhouse yet. Just talking potentiality because there's nothing on her campaign website about anything that aligns with our values. So. In terms of privacy, internet, copyright reform, and that sort of, and digital rights and that sort of thing. So those are my 2 updates.
Well, that's all very exciting, Blaze. Thank you. It's much appreciated. And actually, since we're on the subject, were you able to get the context you were looking for the EFF?
Yes. Yes. Darren said he will talk to the person I need to, but from what he told me, they're mostly based in Arizona. I was just curious if anyone's in Arizona that I might be able to get in contact with. If no one's there, if they don't have anybody in Arizona, that's fine.
Perfect. I just wanted to make sure, just because now that we're in the room with Darren, if you did need the EFF contacts, just him being right here, But thank you. I appreciate it, Blaze. Thank you. Uh, Wanda, I'm gonna kick it over to you really quick because I'm sure you had an issue you wanted to raise for meetings moving forward.
Yeah, I wanted to make a motion to move our PNC public meetings to Jitsi full time with the option of testing out other platforms um, as we see fit.
All right, so that's essentially it's a motion
Seconded.
to. Thank you. It's essentially a motion. There's the second, so we can move forward on discussion. But this is a motion to essentially move away from IRC and work towards Jitsi full time. Am I summarizing that correctly, Wanda?
For the public PNC meetings, yes.
Yes. Okay. So obviously, this is a discussion that we've had many times. We've always been a little hesitant to move away from IRC. However, after doing the joint IRC to Jitsi meetings and then stopping, it became immediately clear that maybe we don't get too much done on the weeks where they're just IRC meetings. Maybe by design, maybe a flaw. Which personally, I don't like the meetings where we don't get much done. So maybe that is a flaw. So the discussion is on the board. We are free to discuss. Drew, go ahead.
My question is it necessary to have a weekly meeting? I mean, is there that much going on that twice a month isn't good enough?
Well, I think it's
I
good
mean,
to have a public meeting where anyone can join, and then the private meeting solely for getting business done, which is
okay.
what we've been doing.
I mean, okay. I guess maybe then I'm misunderstanding what the motion was. It sounded like you wanted us to meet here as an official meeting every week.
I wanted us to meet on Jitsi, but us to have the separate Jitsi link like we've been doing so that anyone can join from that link for that meeting.
So we're replacing IRC with Jitsi, but we're not going full time with PNC private meetings.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Then I have no objection.
Right, and just so I'm clarifying now that the suggestion, it would be over Jitsi technically every week. However, it'd be live streamed twice a month as it is. It just so happens the weeks where we would have been doing IRC, we would just be joining via the other Jitsi link that we've been using.
Exactly.
Okay. So essentially, it is not requesting a live stream every week. The live stream schedule would still be taking place every 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks from today, 2 weeks from that point. However, in the week in between, we would be moving away from the simple text-based IRC and moving towards a link that is available to the public. Since it won't be live streamed, it would be just us being at a video or face-to-face interface. So, yeah, floor is open. Drew, go ahead.
I would say just for to keep everything above board and transparent, we shouldn't do any official business on these other meetings. I mean, we can discuss things and get things on like the agenda, but I if we're not going to have a record otherwise, we should probably not do any official business. That's just something that I mean, I think probably, you know.
I believe we have been keeping a record of the meetings we've been holding on Jitsi, the public meetings.
Okay.
For what it is worth, and I will interject and say I do happen to agree with Drew on this one. I think that while the live stream meetings are the ones where we have the heavy hitting actions done, where we tend to get the most action done, the Jitsi meetings in the in between when we were moving from IRC to Jitsi, those were still successful meetings. Do not get me wrong when I say this. However, they were a little more relaxed, which I think is good. I think that it's nice to have a meeting where people can come in and discuss business without it feeling like, oh, I'm being bogged down by complete bureaucracy, I suppose. This is a meeting where it's I feel a little more free, which is at least the impression that I got when I was doing the IRC Jitsi meetings. Morgan, you said IT person advocate here. I concur with Wanda. No notes. Perfect. And then David, were you raising your hand or was that just stretching?
I think I was just stretching.
Okay, right on. All right. Well, from the sound of it, I don't hear anyone opposed, so to speak. I don't want to. I don't really have any objections myself. I think that it would be nice to be at a face-to-face interface once a week, even if we only get real business done every 2 weeks. I think it's just good to be able to. I think a face-to-face meeting in between the live stream meetings would help with ensuring that no business is lost in the in between during those 2 meetings. So no further notes. I guess if we have no other objections, we can call the vote. Shall we call the vote? Blaze, go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to call for a vote.
Thank you. Any seconds?
I'll
Drew?
second.
Thank you. Love bureaucracy. All right, we'll call the vote. Blaze, go ahead.
Aye.
Arizona votes aye. California.
Aye.
Thank you. Pennsylvania.
Aye.
Thank you. Massachusetts.
Aye.
Whichever representative from Florida will be voting tonight.
Aye.
Thank you, Wanda. Texas.
Aye.
Thank you. And Illinois.
Aye.
By unanimous decision, we will be on Jitsi next week and every week moving forward. I'm sure we're not completely done with IRC, but at least for the time being, we will be finished with IRC as a primary means of meeting over the PNC. So, congratulations and thank you guys. It's much appreciated, and we're looking forward to seeing your beautiful faces next week. Let's see. Is there anything else we want to discuss or get done today?
There were a couple things I wanted to bring up on top of the Jitsi item. Firstly, states, I wanted to propose or really seek PNC approval for states having at uspirates.org email addresses.
Yes, you have discussed, or I remember seeing this. I think this was an IT issue just to make sure that every state had like a Illinois at uspirates.org or Alabama at uspirates.org redirect, stuff like that. I agree.
Exactly.
I don't think that that should be too hard of an issue. If we have the 4 redirect emails we have now, surely, adding 56 more might be a daunting task, but it couldn't be impossible. Yeah, I mean, if the question on hand is, can we have it? I don't see why we couldn't. I don't know if that requires a motion as much as it requires a request to the IT committee to see if it's possible. And if it is possible, then we can rock and roll.
I believe I was talking to Yari about this, and Yari just wanted me to ask y'all. I don't think it's something that actually requires a vote, just needed approval, basically, of some form.
Well, you have no opposition from your captain, and I have to assume you'll have more than your 3 pirates to agree with you. So yeah, I would say go for it. If Yari is the only thing keeping us from doing it, and by that I mean Yari will be the one to do it. If Yari is just waiting for permission, Yari has that permission. I think that's a great idea. I think it would help us immensely. I think people being able to email their state at uspirates.org is going to cut the middleman by a huge margin. So yeah, that rocks. I think that that's a great idea, and if Yari is just waiting on our word, then give Yari our word. Drew, go ahead.
I just wanted to see if the captain is going to take the redirect for all of the unincorporated states or that don't have a contact.
Great question. And if that is, yeah, I think that's only fair. So I think those could be simply just redirected to captain, which then would be redirected to my own email. Which then we wouldn't have to like undo all the inactive states and redirect it to the new captain. We could just have it constantly directed to captain. And honestly, we might be able to just have all the emails automatically redirected to captain on top of it anyways, just so the captain can make sure that, they're up to date on the state emails or whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't have any issue maintaining any emails we got from like Maine or Mississippi. That'd be no problem with me. So, yeah, this sounds like a plan I'm more than happy to move forward with.
Alrighty. I had one more thing to bring up, and it's kind of a small bone to pick with you, Mitch, unfortunately.
Oh boy. Go ahead.
So with the young pirates captains, I'm curious how we've selected young pirates captains without any consultation to the young pirates or without any consultation to the PNC.
So that one I do apologize. That one was a more of an executive decision on my part, and I probably should have brought that up to you all. And that was the plan until we only had 2 respondents to the captaincy. So I thought the middleman would just be if 2 people are willing to step up to the plate to take the captaincy of Young Pirates. If these 2 have already said they're willing to work together, I just said let them, finish out Rowan's term. I will have to ask for forgiveness because I should have brought this up to PNC, or I should have perhaps put it up to Young Pirates in some manner. But when it became evident to me that there probably wouldn't be an election between these 2, I just thought it'd be better to just announce it and move on. However, I clearly see how that would be viewed as a no-no. So,
And don't get me wrong, I don't have any problem with there being co-chairs with young pirates. I just think it would have been good to have the PNC interview the candidates.
Absolutely. And Wanda, for that, I do apologize. Please note that I would not do that for any other board position. That is simply, that was a judgment call on my end, given that YPUSA needed the help immediately. That I saw 2 people who said, well, let's get this off the ground as soon as possible. And I said, perfect. That's exactly what we need. For future reference, I won't be doing that. If there's ever a vacancy, not just for any board position, which is standard protocol, but if there's ever a vacancy once again at Young Pirates, that will come to not only the PNC, but that will come to Young Pirates USA if we're able to gather a meeting of Young Pirates to have said meeting. But you're not wrong, Wanda, and I do apologize once again. That was a decision I made as captain rather as a decision I made as your democratically elected leader, and for that I do apologize. I think Jack and Lily are both going to be fine co-captains. Both of them, brought up the point that if one drops out, the other one's still going to be around, which perhaps is what sold me more than anything. But let the record show, this will be the last time a unilateral decision is made in filling a vacancy. I will not do that ever again. So I do apologize, Wanda, and thank you for calling that out as it is.
All right. Well, I have nothing else to bring up then.
All right. Well, thank you. And to everyone watching, Young Pirates USA is back in action. We do have 2 new co-captains. So thank you to Jack and Lily. Again, guys, I'm glad we have leadership again. But that leadership will never happen again until you guys are all giving your voice in it. And speaking of giving your voice, once again, I'm plugging the tournament. The final four will be out tomorrow. You can get your votes in. However, no spoilers, but it's pretty much, it wasn't nearly as close as it was last time. So I think the round 3 of the tournament will be posted tomorrow, and we'll be moved to narrow it down and knock out 3 more. Eli, you'll be happy to know that Boston is once again strong and in the finals,
Damn
which
it.
Wanda unfortunately means Mobile is out.
I tried.
Well, like I said, don't worry. Mobile for the rest of time until it hosts the conference will be in consideration for conference hosts. So otherwise, I have nothing else of notes to say or give. Drew, go ahead.
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, baby. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Oh, seconds, thirds, fourths all around. I'm going to just ask for a unanimous question. Any objections? You guys are the best in the West, and when you're East, you're the best in the East. Folks, thank you so much for attending the November 30th Pirate National Committee meeting. I am your host, Jolly Mitch DeVillo, and Drew. Have I ever told you why I love this party? God, I love this party for a few reasons, but namely, this party thinks the United States should be a good neighbor. This party fights for, officially on our platform, cool, clean water, like Hank said. And folks, if purchasing isn't ownership, well, then piracy isn't theft. Folks, vote pirate, and victory is ours. Thank you so much for coming, ladies and gentlemen, and have a great rest of your night. I think we're good.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. Another fantastic meeting. Thank you for all you do and all that you are. You guys are the best.
All right.
Are
Have a
we
good
still
night.
live?
Have a great night.